Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. All right, I'm going to do a quick reading update. Yep, still, Sisters of Starlit Seas by Terry Brooks is completed, and I still haven't done a video on it. To come someday, I promise. It's the third in a trilogy, and I enjoyed it, so I should do it, but just been busy. I am still reading Preacher. Grozz and I guess we've taken a little bit of a hiatus from the Marvelous team up, and really it's all my fault. My work life has been crazy. I have not had the time to do everything else I need to do in my household and keep up with my reading, unfortunately. So this has taken a back seat for me. I'm sorry, Grozz. I will make it up to you eventually. We will finish this book and move on with the other three, but it's just, I don't know. I haven't been able to get to it. I can only apologize. But it is the end of September, and we're going into spooky season, October. My favorite time of the year, many people's favorite times of the year. Hopefully, we just had a horrible hurricane here. Helene came through. Didn't affect me too much. I have a lot of debris in my yard, but other than that, not too horrible where I live. Matter of fact, I only lost electricity for like 2 minutes. So not bad where I live from. Horrible for other people, and my heartfelt prayers go out to them and their families in these other devastated areas. But I got by okay. So it is October, and what am I going to do? I'm going to enter now they're calling it the 2024 Spooky, Scary Skeleton Halloween Readathon. And it's hosted by Nicole at Nicole's Bookish Nook. She has gathered a bunch of co-captains for this event for October. And of course, my best friend Grozz and his family from the GKBC are one of the co-captains. So that's how I heard about it initially. I will link, of course, both their channels below, and please go and check out Nicole's channel because she gives all the rules and everything. They all do, and she lists all the other co-captains, and I'm not going to list them here. She's got them listed. Please go check out that video so you can see all the other booktubers that are co-captains of this readathon, and check out their channels as well. All right, so I wrote down what are the prompts. She's got 8 prompts for this October thing. Now, you know I'm a slow reader, and there's no way I'm going to read 8 books in October, but I can actually take care of several prompts with each book. I'm going to attempt to read, to achieve as many of the 8 prompts as I can with as few books as I can. And so let me just read what the prompts are up front. So the official 2024 Spooky Scary Skeleton Halloween Readathon. Prompt number 1 is read a classic horror novel, but it must be at least 30 years old to classify as a classic horror novel. Prompt number 2, read a fiction or non-fiction book about a serial killer. Prompt number 3, read a book that has an orange cover or has the word orange in the title. I almost picked another book, but again, I've got to try to do as many as I can with as few books. You'll see what my choices are. Prompt number 4, read a book with ghosts and or ghouls in it. Prompt number 5, read a book where the main character is a witch. Number 6, read a nonfiction or fiction book set during October or is about Halloween. Prompt number 7, read a thriller novel by an author you never heard of before. And the last and final prompt number 8, read a book with a black cover. All right, so this is how I'm going to attempt to get as many of those prompts done with as few books as possible. All right, first off, I'm going to read The Other. No, this is not The Other that most people out there think it is. This is The Other by Thomas Tryon. Now, I spoke about Thomas Tryon before on this channel. If you've been watching for years, of Harvest Home. Harvest Home is one of my all-time favorite spooky novels, and it was written by Thomas Tryon. This actually was his first novel. This was published in 1971. Thomas Tryon was a well-known film actor back from 50s, 60s, and 70s, turned author. And this was his first book. Now, this book was published in 1971. And you're going to say, is that a classic horror? I've never heard of it. A lot of people, they think that they've seen The Other, that movie, I think, with Nicole Kidman. It is not that. It has nothing to do with that. This is the original The Other. This was pretty big. When it came out in 1971, it spent over 6 months on the New York Times bestseller list. It sold over 3.5 million copies when it first came out. And it was good enough that they made a movie out of it. There's a movie. It was made in 1972. So only a year after this book came out, they made this movie. Now, I know of it because my mother was a huge Thomas Tryon fan. But I remember seeing that movie when it came to TV back when I was a little kid, and it scared the hell out of me. So if you're not familiar, look this up. Look Thomas Tryon up. Some really, really cool spooky novels that he wrote. So what prompts am I going to be able to check off my list with The Other? Well, I'm going to do number 1, which was classic horror novels over 30 years old. Of course, 1971, much over 30 years, and it's a classic horror novel. And number 4, the 4th prompt was novel with ghosts or ghouls, and this is a ghost story. It's a psychological thriller too. It's pretty interesting. I have never read the book. I just remember the movie. Pretty cool how the top is painted and it's got the deckled edges on the side. Loved it. I've never read it. Can't wait to read this. It's been on my bookshelf forever. All right, next one. This one's going to tick off a lot of the prompts. The Halloween Tree. Yeah, this is a classic too. This could have fit in the classics as well. This was published in 1972. The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. Really cool book. It's cool because there's actually some really cool illustrations in it. This was published, like I said, in 1972. Ray Bradbury, and it's going to, I'm just looking for another cool picture in here, but of course I'm not finding one right off the top. Anyways, there's one. Ooh, spooky, scary. Yeah, so Halloween Tree ticks off 3 of my prompts. Number 3, orange cover. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of orange in there, but definitely some orange in the cover. So I'm gonna use it. The sixth prompt, set in October and about Halloween. Both. This book is set in October, and of course it's about Halloween and the Halloween tree. And the 8th prompt has black cover. Yeah, mostly black cover. So 3 prompts with that book. I'm down to, I've got done 5 prompts with 2 books. All right, next. This one's cool. Haven't read this yet. This is the cover. No cover sleeve. The cover is on the book. who could that green woman be right there? Well, this is The Brides of Maricor by Gregory Maguire. Of course, you know Gregory Maguire from Wicked. So he wrote Wicked, Son of a Witch, Lion Among Men, and Out of Oz. Really good books. I think I've read the first three. I don't think I've read Out of Oz yet. But this is actually another one in that series. Yeah, this is a story of Elphaba's family. The Brides of Maricor. So, this is going to be, ooh, that's a cool kind of beginning of the chapter here. Oh, I thought I saw some other artwork here. I guess I didn't. Anyways, well, there you go. Brides of Maricor. And this only does one prompt. This does a book about witches. But I've had this bookshelf on my bookshelf for a little while. This was published originally in 2021. And book about witches. All right. Last one. Last book. And this is The Return. Bentley Little. Now, I've heard of Bentley Little. Matter of fact, why would I have a book by Bentley Little? My mother, of course, was the person who got me into Stephen King. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. She would always, for Christmas and my birthday, give me a Stephen King book. But one year she gave me 2 Bentley Little books, and this is years ago. And I immediately had no idea who Bentley Little was. Had no interest really in reading it, although it says a Bram Stoker Award winner, and there's a blurb on the front that says The Master of Macabre by Stephen King. And if you look in the book, I mean, he's written several books, but there's a bunch of like write-ups by he winner the Bram Stoker Award. A bunch of people wrote blurbs, you know, about his writing, inventive, chilling, frightening. I don't know, but I don't know anything about Bentley Little. I've never done any research on his writing. I've never read any of his books. Again, I have 2 of them. They've just been sitting on my bookshelves forever, and this is a great opportunity to pull one out because it's going to satisfy prompt number 7, a thriller by an author that I don't know. So that's it. Now, out of those 1, 2, 3, 4 books, I'm able to check off 7 of the 8 prompts. The only prompt that I really don't have any representation for is prompt number 2, a fiction or nonfiction about a serial killer. I was thinking of doing, maybe a little vampire novel or something like that, story or something, because I mean, isn't a vampire really a serial killer? I mean, a vampire's got to be like the greatest serial killer of all time, right? They've been killing people for hundreds of years, right? I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you consider a vampire a serial killer? Of course, but I didn't. I read slowly. There's no way I'm going to be pressing it just to be able to get these 4 books done as usual. But that's my TBR for October, and for joining the 2024 Spooky Scary Skeleton Halloween Readathon by Nicole from Nicole's Bookish Nook, and many other booktubers. So check them all out. I will list them, well, at least Grozz and Nicole in my comments. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, please like, please subscribe. Please give me some comments. I love the comments. And until next time, peace out.